Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Friday. Friday's the day of the week. We turn to the BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, hey guys, vote us in a map, and they've gone with this one. Now, it's a part of the world we have done in the past, 1003 shows ago. I can't believe I just used those words. Back then, it was a very good map from Carnador. This time we've got something almost photo-real from all the way up here by a creator we've done just a once in the past, back in episode 984, where they got a fairly standard 10 stars. I mean, a pretty solid 10 stars, not a standard, but a solid 10 stars. Today's map is going to blow that score away and probably going to get me into some trouble as well with you guys, but more about that later. First of all, we've got one of these. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is North Bend, WA, Rework and Roads by Winter. Now, WA, I do believe is Washington State. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm absolutely certain that I'm not. Now, this would be the start square, except for it's not really a start square because it's a converted save game. There are some instructions to follow for loading it, but nothing too complicated. Terrain heights are taken from the terrain party, so it's real. And then the resources are used for, well, resources, I guess. Lots of ore and a little bit of fertile going on there. Fishing, if you have Sunset Harbour, it's very hard to see. The rivers are quite narrow, but you've got a few anchovy pools that you could dip into. And then off to the workshop. Now, there are quite a few things to subscribe to and a bit of a read up. Now, what you need to do with this one is load the game up and then save it and then load the save. That's the instructions. Without that, it'll look a little bit off, especially if you're using the 81 tile mod. So yes, basically that's what you need to do. It's a Not So Rocky Hills theme and the Relight Average LUT. There is a nod towards Ronix's Rural Roads, Rural Gravel Tracks, sorry. And so yeah, that would be nice if we had it, but we'll see that a bit later on. Short list of things to subscribe to. Well, it's not a totally short thing list, but there is a list of things to subscribe to. And a mod which came up with an error for me, but I'm not really au fait with the mod and I wasn't that worried. And it's American road signs. You don't really need it, but yeah, if you want it, you can go ahead and use it. And we've got some NARL roads, which are very neat as well. So anyway, let's go down to ground level and have a little look at this map, shall we? Now, this map is something a little bit special. Something a lot of bit special. It's also packed with trees. So, unlimited tree mod, absolutely key here. I think I read that it had 2 million trees. They haven't skimped. They have gone super crazy. And one other point of note is the accuracy of this map. It's pretty damned close, you know. You'll notice we have got a pre-built network, which I'll talk more about in a little bit more detail in a moment. But yeah, there's a pre-built network and it looks pretty close. I married this one up with the Google Maps and it looks absolutely spot on. Now, speaking of looking spot on, this looks a bit troublesome. Could there be Blue Mantle? Could there be Blue Mantle? A little bit of Blue Mantle there. We are right out in the fog here, so possibly, oh hang on, we've also got a little hint of rocks clipping through at any sort of distance. When you come in, it sort of clips out, but yes. Now, it's a map without too many detailing problems. In fact, there's only one other detailing problem I'm going to bring to your attention for the entire map, and that is also quite deep in the fog. In fact, even more deep in the fog than that first detailing error is. So yeah, just a classy job through and through on this one. Now, I was talking about there's some extensive networking going on. You'll notice that we have got the road layouts for the entire North Bend Twin Peaks area. Of course, this is the area that Twin Peaks was filmed in. If you like that show, I never really got into it. It It did nothing for me at all. Yeah, sometimes you get shows like that. I like a bit of Doctor Who, and the amount of people that go, Doctor Who? I don't get it. So yeah, there's different shows for different people. Twin Peaks didn't do it for me. But this area is the Twin Peaks area. So anyway, we do have a lot of these network roads pre-built, so that you can just basically build, just zone and build, and off you go. The thing is, a lot of people don't like the pre-built roads because you want to have a go at this yourself. Well, I've got some good news for you. There are 2 versions of this map, and by clicking the one-click collection, you will get both versions of the map. The second version of the map, not surprisingly, has no networking. It is just the highways and the rail and the core stuff, the stuff that you would expect normally. All the extra little roads running around, you won't get. Now, I chose to review this map because, well, it's got so much extra work in it, and all these little road networks around are of the highest quality. So why wouldn't I review this full version with all the little nooks and crannies and these look these just little neighborhoods down here? It feels so good. So yeah, this is why I went with this fully networked version, networkedly. Dear oh dear. A little bridge over the water here. The rivers are quite frugal. So yes, but it's more of a detailer's map. I mean, let's face it, if you're going to go to all of this effort, be a detailer. Just go crazy with your detailing. You'll love this map. Detailers will love this map. Anyway, we're in the start square, if you can call it a start square, and we've got an asset. And this one is by the legend who is Luminou. And, well, you can almost see it's Luminou's work. It's crisp, it's clean, it's fresh, it's modern, and just the straight lines and the curved lines work so well with each other as well. I'm a big fan. Okay, factoids. While we're here, factoids, because factoids. Oh, by the way, did I say luxurious flat RICO? I didn't say that, did I? Luxurious flat RICO by Luminou. Factoids, because factoids. In the original story, Cinderella slippers were made out of fur. The idea that they would be glass came from a mistake during translation. Cinderella slippers. This makes a lot more sense, to be honest with you. Fur slippers rather than glass. I never really got my head around that as a child, or as an adult for that matter. Luxurious flat RICO by Luminou, today's asset of the day. Glass slippers, eh? Dear, dear, dear. Right, where were we? Back to the networks. Okay, we'll skip over the highways a little bit faster than that first section, because honestly, there's not too much really to see. When I say not too much to see, I mean not too much for me to point at and go, look at this, and oh my god, jinky janky there. Now, it's just visually perfect. Visually perfect. It's exactly how it should be. The density of the trees. Yeah, we've even got the what looks like grass detailing down the median here. In fact, it is grass detailing down the median here. The whole thing is absolutely on point. And I think a few of you are smelling something coming up here, aren't you? I think a few of you are thinking about skipping ahead to the end of the show just to check the ratings. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't spoil it. Save it. Savor it. Because if it is going to be one of those maps, you want to see the review. You don't want to just skip to the end, do you? Do you? Okay, let's have a look at the rail. Now, the rail apparently in real life is basically abandoned, and all of these have been converted to trails, which I like. But I also like the fact that they are, in this game, in this version of the game, still connected. So don't be surprised if we find the train actually running the lines. Now, is it realistic? Boy, is it. Oh, hang on. Dirt tracks. Remember I said about Ronix's gravel tracks? And we got over on the right-hand side here, the vanilla dirt track. The only real upgrade that could be done, and I heartily recommend it, is replacing the vanilla dirt tracks with Ronix's gravel ones. I feel that's a thing, you know. You might also want to upgrade the rail to Ronix's gravel tracks as well, because if all of these are now just a dirt network, a trail, then, well, yeah, but maybe the lines are still down, possibly. I don't know, but I do know. But what we've got here in terms of a working rail network is, again, absolutely 100% on point. It's class, it's clean, it's crisp. There are no elevation changes. The way that roads cross over like that, it's just really nice, you know. It's just really nice. Where should we go? Should we go left? I think we'll go left. I'm going to get lost on this network, by the way. Haven't planned my route around on the rail, so yeah, we'll probably end up just pulling up and panning out to an intermission, because yeah, it's just. But I don't want to rush to that because it's so lovely. So yes, what are you thinking so far? Are you thinking what I think you're thinking? I think you might be thinking what I think you're thinking. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm hungry. Oh, are you thinking that? Well, I am. I'm going to sort myself out some nosh in a minute, because I am actually quite peckish. I've got a full day ahead of me. So anyway, yeah, I'm just following. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, there's a train here. Hello, train. Yeah, it just shows that the rail is actually connected, so that is something. Yeah, we'll come back from the intermission in a short while. We'll have a look at the shipping. You reckon there'll be shipping on this map? And then we'll do the water. And I'm going to show you a few areas and one other tiny little detailing issue. Well, not even an issue. Tiny point of order. A detailing point of order. How about that? And then we'll give it some ratings. See you in a moment.
Don't be shy, 'cause I think you're beautiful, and I won't let you forget it. Don't be late, but I'll wait, and life won't bring you down too far, 'cause I just won't let it.
And so back to North Bend, WA Rework and roads by winter. There are no shipping routes. There is an air route, but there are no shipping routes. So all good. Right, let's have a little look at the water flow. Now, the rivers are pretty light, and while they do work as actual working rivers on the whole, we'll get to that in a moment, they are they're not going to be perfect for drawing and pumping. So it's custom assets. It's the in-game assets, the inland water, sewage services, and water towers and all that sort of stuff. That's how you're going to be doing this map. Don't be relying on these rivers to work for you, because, well, they do work, but they don't work for that. Anyway, here's your map as a whole. We'll be looking at the rivers in a moment. A couple of things to look at with those. But there you go. With the entire road layout already in place, just for zoning, you could just get on and build your city, or rebuild the city. Again, the alternative version is there, and you can be building without all of these little infrastructures, and that's fine also. It's just quality through and through. Little bits of pebble detailing on the bends there. I think the north bends, possibly. Let's have a little look at some other areas. Got some oxbow lakes going on there. Very nice. And this is possibly the only problem, technically speaking, on the map. This little area, see how the water's pouring in here? It's going upstream, and that's a permanent thing, but only on that little section between those two confluences there. So it's just one little bit of a backflow on the water flow that I find just a little bit visually distracting. That's all I've got to moan about. We're doing okay. Yes, the map is visually glorious. The right theme, we've got the right LUT, we've got great tree placement, great detailing. I've had a little look on photos, and it does pretty much look like the area. Sure, it's not an exact photoreal representation, but it's close enough, you know. I don't care. I just do not care. I don't. I care. I do not. Okay. We've got lots of little roads that are going up into the mountains, giving you access to things like these little lakes up here. Guessing this is little little, I don't know, sailing and swimming area possibly up there. I've not been. Never going to go. I can't see myself ever getting across the pond. Then we have just so many trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 million. 2 million trees. A little clearing of area down here where obviously there's some builds and stuff. Not sure if that's a quarry there or something, but my little problem here, my second detailing point of order, is this bridge. Now I've gone down to ground level on Google, and this is, first of all, not a humpback bridge, it's a flat bridge, and it's also straight, not bendy. See, I told you, it's really barely worth worrying about. And also, look how close to the edge of the map we are. We're right at the edge of the map, deep in the fog. So does it matter? I can't go back any further. We've got over here some famous falls that I did read, and I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to be able to pronounce those correctly, so I'm not going to try. But they're famous. People local to the area will tell you that they're lovely, and the photos are indeed lovely. And networking around here, again, if you don't want to play the network version, go for the just the highways and the rail version, and it'd be fine. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Let's find out. Waterfall. Only you can decide. Click the I button in the top right corner of your screen now. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, or a free Patreon account. Okay, what do I think of today's map? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I was thinking 5 stars for aesthetics, but I do agree with the comment that it would look better, and this is Winter's own comment, it would look better with Ronix's gravel road. And while it wasn't available when the map was made, it can look better. This map can look better. I'm going to give it a very, 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 very high 4. Detailing. I can't give it 5 stars solely because we've got a couple of very minor detailing errors, and that bridge I find a bit distracting. We've got a little bit of backflow on water. It's, again, a very, 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 very high 4. I am, however, going 5 stars for gameplay potential because if you don't like pre-built networking, we have got a perfectly fine blank canvas. Or if you want to build on the networking, we've got a perfect network map. Both versions, I can't find an argument for this one. It's 5 stars. North Bend, WA Rework and Roads by Winter, and it gets the BonBonB seal of approval. No question there. I genuinely know in my heart that this was so close to being an all-star map. So close. In fact, my initial marks for this one were 5, 5 and 5, and I actually convinced myself to knock these down to very high 4s. It was that close. Anyway, if you're still here, the word of the day is on the screen now. You're part of the 20 and out elite, part of our secret society, where only you and I and that other guy over there knows what's going on. Use that in the comments, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Thanks for watching.